How can we take our favorite comfort foods and turn them into healthier versions without losing the flavor?
Favorite comfort foods. So the first thing that comes to my mind is like sweets. And I know that that is a collective theme. People run to sweets and things. A lot of times that's a reflection of an imbalance in the heart chakra, heartbreak that you didn't heal from. So at nighttime, you're running to the sweets. But really, we have to transmute that. Not to say that you don't have to have your sweets. Maybe instead of white sugar, we use coconut sugar because that is actually mineral rich. Maybe instead of the eggs in the baked good, we do a vegan version with a flaxseed egg. So we use the flaxseed powder with a little bit of water, mix it around. That's an egg replacement in baked goods. Maybe instead of using white flour that we don't receive any nourishment from, maybe we use einkorn flour, which is an ancient grain that has ancient wisdom embedded in it. Instead of white flour that's stripped of any information and nourishment, we can go to an ancient grain and use that as the flour. We can use spelt, or we can use some sort of gluten-free type of flour, maybe a coconut flour. And maybe we even add some blueberries, fresh blueberries into that baked good as well. So we can still indulge, but in a sacred and intentional way. So each ingredient that we're putting in our food has to be with intention and has to be offering us something. It can't be a white flour that's stripped of everything, any information for our bodies, cellular, like do away with that and move into more intentional ingredients. And also, what's coming to me is like fried chicken, right? Instead of doing fried chicken, fried in a whole bunch of vegetable oil and oils that are also creating blockages within us, maybe we switch out the oil to avocado oil. You know, one step at a time in making things better. And maybe instead of chicken, we use a mushroom, oyster mushroom. Maybe we use a lion's mane mushroom, right? And just making better choices every day is really what's going to get us to where we want to be. It's like making better choices and taking it one step at a time.
Last thing I want to know, if you realize this on your journey, I realized this about myself is one, I went through a period where I was mistaking hunger for thirst. I was very thirsty. I wasn't hungry. And I was eating too much. I was eating healthy. I was eating too much. I didn't need to eat so much. I think I had like preconceived notions about how much food I should be eating. And I think us collectively, we eat too much. And people just need to reflect on how much they're eating and see how their body reacts when you don't eat that much. You need to eat still. I'm not telling nobody to starve themselves. But there's a sweet spot you can reach where you're eating enough to provide your body with all the nutrients, energy that it needs. But you're not eating so much where you're overeating.
Yes, definitely. I feel like collectively we are chronically dehydrated because not only are we not consuming enough high quality liquids and libations, but when we are consuming food, we're consuming food that's dehydrating us. So before you go and eat a very dehydrating meal, have a glass of cold pressed juice before you eat. And then 30 minutes after you drink something, even if it's just water or some tea, before you eat anything, drink. And then 30 minutes later, feel how your body's feeling. How do I feel now? Do I still feel really hungry? Or do I feel satiated and satisfied? So that's a good marker. Consuming liquids first, liquids and libations, waiting 30 minutes, feeling how your body feels, and then deciding, okay, yeah, I think I need some nourishment. Then going into a meal that's actually going to nourish you and hydrate you. So there's a lot of foods too that hydrate us. Bell peppers, fruits are hydrating. Eating the foods, eating our water through our food is also beneficial. So instead of eating the dehydrating foods, focusing on hydration on a high level, not only through actually increasing our H3O2 consumption, but also eating our water through our food.
And for those unaware, can you give an example of what a dehydrated meal is?
White rice, a bagel. Okay, these are dehydrating foods. They're not hydrating you. Who? Oh my goodness. So many things coming to my head right now. But any of the foods that's not coming from the earth is probably dehydrating you. That's a marker.
Can you share your journey? I know everyone's journey to self-love is different, right? Can you share your personal journey or continuous journey of loving yourself?